Hey, everybody. I am just coming on to pop in some audio to say I'm going to start off with a really fantastic slideshow. We're going to review this slideshow again when the broadcast starts, but I thought it would be a great way to start this broadcast off. So, without further ado, here it is, the temperature project for 2023. All right. Wasn't that amazing? I think I probably should have put music to it. I was looking at it and I'm all, I should have put music to that. But when I upload, I'm just going to upload that one slideshow to YouTube. I'll add some music to it before I upload. My friends, welcome to the Temperature Project wrap up of 2023 and the start of 2024. Oh my gosh. Right. Yeah. Next time, music. Totally. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm all, will music be a little cheesy? No, I'll find the right music for the one that goes up on YouTube. So we're going to look at these again because I've also made them into a slideshow that I can flip through. But let me start out by saying, my friends, thank you. You know, while I was making this piece, I thought I was the only one making this. Well, 13 of you sent these in. I thank you so, so much for that. You are going to get a little after this show. I'm emailing you. I've got all your email addresses. I'm emailing you a little something from me to you. So today we're going to talk about finishing this off. We're going to look at some of the ones that you all sent in. Gosh, look at how messy my background is. Well, I got to clean. My New Year's resolution is I got to clean this studio, but I will. I'm also going to start my piece for 2024. I've thought about it, but I'm going to toss some ideas around on the second half of the broadcast. Okay, so let me jump in and see. So many of you have joined us here to watch this broadcast. Let me do my due diligence then and say thank you all for joining us today on this live broadcast for Beadshop Live. It is Wednesday, January 10th of 2024. And my friends, when you watch us, don't forget to do all that social stuff. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification, whether you're watching us live on YouTube or on a replay. If you're watching us elsewhere around the web, go ahead and give it a share if you know that some of your beady friends might enjoy this. Also, join us on our Facebook group at The Bead Table. We'd love to have you over there. On Instagram, we have a lot of great stuff on Insta. Our Pinterest boards are great. And if you have any questions, drop us a line at info@beadshop.com. You can find us anywhere on the web at beadshop.com. You can also use the hashtag beadshop.com, but feel free to tag us in things that you post, etc. And we'd love to share them on our stories, or who knows, you may even make a newsletter or a slideshow. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Anyway, thank you all so, so much again for being here. So let me see. While I was doing that, I was not seeing all of the comments. Great. Looks like everybody is ready and raring to go. I've got my temperature project here. Oh, look at Janice. Look at who's here. Our Cara. And those of you who know and love Cara from days past, Beadshop. Hi there, Cara. Thank you so much. It's great to see you here in the chat. Alrighty. So, kisses to you, my friend. It's great to see you. So let's take a look at, I guess I'll share my temperature project, and then we will take a look at some of the inspiration again from you folks, and then let's move forward to 2024, shall we? So let me put this up. There we go. Let me, it's not just my eyes. It is a little blurry, so let me fix it. Here we go. There we go. You can kind of see my messy table. I mean, why not, right? I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of a messy table, obviously. But I've got my project here, and I want to show you some things about it. Talk a little bit about the process that happened with it. And then we'll get started. Cara, you are getting so many hellos and people saying hey to our Cara. I love seeing your adventures over on Facebook as well. You're always missed, my friend. It's great to see you. Okay. Oh, good. And thank you, Tina. Work tables should be messy. Exactly. Kathleen, what color do you use for -11? Well, maybe we should ask Michelle Phipps, because she was up in Saskatoon. She had some low numbers, but you know what? You can use whatever comment or whatever color you'd like to use. So if you remember back in January, and we're going to put this on the project page again for the temperature projects, we'll put them all together. We'll finish up. We'll finish up our posts and our photos and everything for 2023, and then put up everything for 2024. But this was the download that I had for 2023. I'm going to do another one when I pick my final colors for 2024, in case you want to use the same ones or different ones or whatever. What I did was, just to go over what I did peyote stitch in the round with a 12 bead start. So that means that each, what do I want to say? Each row had 6 beads. Okay. No, I'm not muted. Tell me if you all can hear me. I don't think so. It's just you. Okay, perfect. Don't scare me like that. I used mostly Fireline in smoke. When I ran out, I went down to some 4-pound. There might even be a little bit of KO in here. I used a size 10 sharp needle. And then I had some significant weather or atmospheric events or a new month. So I did those. I put those all in these little round little storage things. So you can see I had rain, if it was notably windy, if there was smoke. This year, no smoke from wildfires, at least that I saw here at my location. Okay, so that was a good thing. Start of the new month, I added on the first day of the new month, and then the end of the month, I added black was the end of the month, and the galvanized gray luster was the start of the month. Then I had all of the temperatures here that I was kind of playing around with. My temperature ranges here, and I did it here at my location. The hottest day was 108 degrees, and the coldest day was 31 degrees, at least right here at my space. So you can see I did temperature ranges. I went down to 30 degrees here, and then I went up to, here it is, 110 and above, which I never used. I never used that one. So we just got to 108. I did use thunder and lightning a couple of times, right? Which is also, again, unusual for us. And I used fog a few times too, because the Thule fog here in the Central Valley, I used fog. And what I did was, you can see, I just kept this log of the, I don't know, the temperatures. I logged them every day, right? And I logged if there was wind and or rain. You can see there was a fog day, there was a thunderstorm day, and I kept going, right? And so you can see I kept adding all the way to the end of the year. And then I did some calculations down here. So let's take a look at my piece. And I have a little bit of a confessional for you. So the end of this year, I don't know if your 2023 holidays were crazy and your end of the year stuff was crazy, but mine was. So I'll be really honest. I ran out of a bead color, this one, that was for 33 to 39 degrees, and I just got it back in, so I didn't have time to finish it. So it's almost finished. I have just a few more days in December to do. So I'm going to finish it up. I was like, I'm not going to switch colors, whatever. It's just going to be what it is. But I'm going to show you the other ways we're going to finish off the front of it. I'm going to show you some other little things that I made to go in it. And how many tubes of each color? Mary, that's a great question. I think I only used one tube of each. What happened was, what threw me off was at the beginning, I had partial tubes of color, right, that I used. And then I ran out, and then thankfully I had some more. So, but about one tube of these is what I used. I could have substituted this color here, the 8-4217F, but I didn't. So I've got just a little bit more of December to do, but whatever. It is what it is. All right. So let's take a look at the months. I started out, this was January, and January was a little bit longer than usual because we had so much rain in January. So crazy. And then we went to, let me untwist this a little bit before I lay it out. Hang on. There we go. That's better. Here's January. Then I go into February. And even though I traveled, my friends, I did the temperatures for my home here in Fresno, California. So I didn't do it when I traveled or anything like that. Let me do it this way. Actually, that's probably better. January, February, March. Here's April. Here's May. Here's June, July, August, September, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. I'm missing somebody. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. I think I'm missing a beginning and end of the month somewhere. I just kept going. So I think it's here that I'm missing. So I'm going to go back through and I'm going to stitch in around. That's totally embarrassing. Oh my goodness. I'm going to stitch in that round. So I know. But this, here we go, December. So I'm a little embarrassed by that I might have missed a beginning and an end. But I didn't really check my work. I just went for it, and I just kept stitching and stuff. And you know what? It's mine. So I'm not going to worry about it. Whether or not it's perfect, it is my year, right? So you can see we went from cool weather to really, really hot weather, all the way back down to cool weather here. So what I made, let me show you what I made for this, because that's a really good question. Do I know what I'm going to do with my finished project? I do. I thought that I would make this into a necklace that I can wrap, right? Or a lariat would also be good. Leslie's saying a lariat. But let me show you what I grabbed. Okay, I'm going to put this to the side here for a second. Let me do this. And let me pull this out. What I made, I went to my jewelry bench. Well, first I wanted a clasp. Let me get a little bit higher in here. And then I see your question about the temperature ranges. I'll talk about that in a second, especially when we do our designing. So I won't forget about that comment. Let me get a little tighter in here. There we go. And let me show you the clasp that I got. This is one that we have on Beadshop, and we got it specifically for larger ropes, for things like kumahimo, that kind of thing, right? And I really like it. It has that nice large opening. The opening is about, I don't know, about 8 millimeters, I think the opening is. I carried away my caliper. It's across the room, but I believe it's about an 8 millimeter. And you can see it's magnetic. Okay. And so what I'm going to do at the beginning, and I'm going to finish this off for you today so you can see it. I'm going to actually reduce my strands here, reduce the size of my peyote in the round, and I'm just going to glue it on the inside here. And I'll do the same thing on the other side when I complete that end. Okay. What I also did was I went to my jewelry bench, and I like to sign my things, right? And so I got out some of my stamping stuff that I hadn't gotten out for a while. And I found some little blanks in my drawer. And we don't carry these here at Beadshop, but we recommend our buddy Lisa Kelly over at Beaducation. All things stamping. I have a metal stamp that has my logo on it. And then I also, so I'll stitch this in, like probably about right there. So that is. And then what I did, and I'm going to have to go back and lay these out in my piece. I stamped, they're really hard to see. I have some tiny, tiny letter stamps. These little blanks are maybe about 1/4 of an inch. I had them in my stash, in my metal stash. So I stamped tiny numbers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, where's the 5? I can hardly see these. 5. There's the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. So at the beginning of each month where there's a band, I'm going to stitch. So if this is February, I'm going to stitch that little number 2 right there. So I know, so I'm kind of marking the months a little bit, right? So that's kind of fun. That's what I did. I may also stamp a blank with the longitude and the latitude of the exact location where I did this. And I'll also do that. Thank you, Mary. I will also put 2023 on that. So I think I'll do latitude and longitude. I'm not really sure, so I didn't want to stamp it quite yet. I might do a blank, maybe that's this size, or I might do a shape. I'm not sure. But if you haven't done any stamping before, I mean, you could also do this. You could use shrink plastic and make little shrink plastic tags. Those would be fun. All of that. But pop on over to Beaducation, and you can find all things stamping over there. It's a lot of fun, and I think it's a great way to kind of mark this and mark it for posterity. So the way that this is going to go is I say it's going to wrap around, and I'm going to put the end on this. Before I do that, though, my friends, I know a bunch of you have just jumped on. I'm going to take a look. I want to go through the pieces that people sent in one more time. I'm not going to do the slideshow. I'll just do, or I won't do the video slideshow. I'm just going to kind of thumb through these. Let me put this here. Okay, so what we've got here is, let me see if I can get rid of that top. No. There we go. That might be better. That's a little bit better. Okay. So, yes, Tamili, why didn't you send your piece in? If anyone's watching this and wants to be included in the slideshow afterwards, because I'm going to post the slideshow again independently on our YouTube channel. If you want to be included, just send it in to info. Did you, Stamilli? I didn't see it. I will find it. Did you send it to me? Did you send it to Drea? We'll look. Okay. I will find it and I'll include it in the slideshow, or email it in again to info@Beadshop and I'll have it. I'm so sorry to have missed it. And if I missed anybody, because we kept getting them in, send them in. And in the final slideshow with the music, I'll add them in. Okay. So let's take a look at, let me make this a little bit smaller. Does that affect it? No, good. Okay. And thank you, JP. That is the email. Please send it in. Thank you for that. Okay. Because you want to send it in, so I send you your prize. Right? There we go. Let me see if I can get that. So it's right in the middle there. Isn't that totally kind of irritating? I'll just make it big again. Well, we'll do it this way. This will be fine. Yeah, and Sandy, I'm sorry. That's why I wanted to show that. So if you didn't see it, I'll double check it. Okay. I'm sorry if I missed anyone or if we missed you. Okay. So there we go, page down. Let me go to everybody's pieces here. Okay. So I've got Susan Hammer. I've got you right there. Susan did hers in tubular peyote stitch, which I love, love, love. You can see that she used a bunch of really like cool and warm colors, really gorgeous. I love it, love it, love it so much. Really pretty. I like the tubular peyote for this for sure. Sherry, I love, Sherry, what you did here with this piece. Sherry did herringbone for hers. She used 1 row of herringbone each day for each necklace. So there's a necklace for the high temps and a necklace for the low temps. High and low temperatures were in 5-degree increments, and the only weather event that was recorded was snow. Hence, there's one single white band that I'm looking for on here, and I can't quite see, but that's awesome. Bands of gray separate the months, and then she did some earrings that represent the colors and a bead soup for the bracelet. It's really great. I love it. Here's tubular peyote again from Sandra Nelson. She's in Meade, Colorado, and really pretty. Again, that tubular peyote. I love a lot of use of the greens and those dark blues. Really, really nice. Love it. This one that Ronnie sent in, tubular Chanel. Chanel stitch, 8/0, 6-pound fireline, super flexible, and she's going to finish it off as a lariat. Chanel stitch is a great one for this. Love it. This Michelle Phipps, Michelle's piece, she did Kumihimo. Crazy. The length on this piece is 42 feet. Blown away by that. Amazing. Fine Ceylon, she used 4 spools of fine Ceylon, 445 yards. 3,247 seed beads, 12 copper spacers for the month marker, 4 season markers, the Nun Design leaf tubes. Winding and unwinding the bobbins, she did that 6,000 times because she did it in Kumi. It's 300 grams, and the temperature range in Celsius is -50 to +50. Really beautiful. Gorgeous. Yeah, it's a ton of Kumi. So much. Totally. No, I love it. 2 months before, and you can do this. You can do peyote in the round. You the herringbone is beautiful. I think a couple other people did herringbone. Someone did looming. Michelle, you did kumi. So whatever you want to do. And I love it. Michelle plans on using a 2023 charm when she figures out what the heck she's doing with her 42 feet of braid. Let's go to the next one right here. Yeah, minus 50. It was a tad nippy up there for sure. So let's keep going. Marsha, look at Marsha's beautiful, again, tubular herringbone. Gorgeous. She used 11/0 in hers instead of 8s, which I love. 102 inches long, approximately 9,000 beads. I feel like I'm narrating the float, the Rose Parade. I don't know if you're a big Rose Parade fan like I am, but it's like 7,000 roses and 200, I don't know, whatever. But that's what I'm feeling like. Where is Bob Eubanks used to host with me. I need Bob Eubanks here. Marsha did tubular herringbone. The silver, white, and black beads that are protruding between the herringbone stitches represent rain, wind, and fog. And she did both daily high and low temperatures there. And can you see in that little breakout box, you can see those little silver and white beads that sometimes are in between the herringbone, which is great. She used a small magnetic clasp. You can see that right next to the dichroic cabochon, and she can wrap it around her neck 3 or 4 times. Judy did the beaded berry. Now, girl, I am wildly in love with this beaded berry. Judy lives in Atlanta, Georgia, and tracks sunny, rainy, cloudy, high and low temps in 10-degree color ranges. There's about a 1/2 inch of space between each bead that she stitched. She used 20 colors, and the total length is 22 feet, 6 inches, and 20 colors were used. And you can see in that little breakout box, there's the beaded berry, each containing 12 11/0, 18/8, and 3 8/0 core beads for a total of 33 beads per berry, including the core. That is just delightful. And I can see up here, Judy, right up here in the upper left corner, you did kind of a little loop there, an ending, and it has your little clasp on it. That's awesome. Diana also did tubular herringbone, and I just love it. It was 131.5 inches. I love kind of this peach and orange jam you've got going on, and I love the special markers with the size 8 delicas. So it looks, Diana, like you use delicas for these, which I just adore. It looks at Lynn. I will I'll weigh mine. Not everybody weighed theirs, but I'll weigh mine for you. Michelle weighed hers, and Michelle's, I'll go back to Michelle's just real quick. Or Michelle, if you remember, let me do this. Let me go back to Michelle's was 300 grams. If you wear it kind of close up to your neck, it won't have that drag or wrapping around several times. Let me see. We finished there. So let's go to Roberta's. Roberta, look at this. And I love this idea, what you did here. Roberta said she's in the Seattle area. She completed my one and only New Year's resolution ever. Great job. I love it. She also stitched a little temperature mark. She also used something for earthquake and volcano. No volcanoes, but she did have an earthquake event. She stitched 6 beads for each row around 3 strands of fairy lights, which I think is cool. I hope that you can turn those fairy lights on and they light up on the inside of your beads. Wouldn't that be cool to see? I love it. She got a 13-foot long strand of lights, and the project ended at 12 feet 7 inches. That's really cool. She used size 11 seed beads, so a total of 21,098 11/0 seed beads. Every bead color chosen was used. The scariest was for the earthquake. 119 yards of 6-pound Fireline and crystal, a quantity of 1 size 10 sharp, slightly bent needle, but never lost. You did all 21,000 of those beads with 1 needle. Great job. Approximately 20 minutes a day came to approximately 122 hours spent stitching on this project. Annette, beautiful tubular peyote. Thank you so much for the inspiration. It was so much fun. You can see there's her beads up top and that beautiful, beautiful tubular peyote stitch right there. Kim made a tribute project. Kim's story said, well, I started out with the best intentions, but when I lost my dog at the beginning of April, I lost my creative mojo. I can understand that. And then she goes on to say, when Kate said to submit, finished or not, I decided to make this tribute bracelet. I added enough chain to make it a double wrap and added coordinating fire polish dangles and puppy charms. Great tribute and a great memory of your pup from 2023. Awesome. Alice, you sent in this loomed piece, bead weaving, unfinished, but it's fantastic inspiration. Look at that weaving. I just love it, love it, love it. Thank you for sharing that. Sheila, there is yours. Tubular peyote, unfinished, but with 11 knots. Her bilateral knee replacements got her off course. It was a fun project, though. Fantastic. So that's what I have so far. So my friends, send them in and I will do a completed video with all the music. And if I miss you, resend it. And we'll get them all in there. Okay. And I'll show it again. I'll show it again on a broadcast. So they're all in there. Okay. But super inspirational, right? So let me show you. Let me take off this scarf. I am going to wrap this necklace around so you can see what it might look like. I still have a little more left to do here. So, but you can see the way I'm going to wear it is I'm just going to wrap it like this. I'm going to tuck that in. So take a look. Let me, so look at how fabulous this looks. Just like this, right? Multiple strands wrapped around. You could wrap it like 3 times so it's a little bit longer. Why can't I find this end? Here we go. But I really think it's cool. There we go. I can't look at the screen or else I go backwards. There it is. Okay. There we go. But look at how cool. Look at how cool that is. It is. It's like a bead scarf for sure. I think it's gorge. And then when I have all of my little month things and everything like this, I just put them in on the months. I think it'll be fun. And I'll have 2 of these. I'll have one of these at the beginning and probably one at the end with the year. And I'll show you how I'm going to close this off. And then let's look at 2024, shall we? So let me unwrap this long piece. I could just wear it as it's a super long necklace. It almost reaches the floor. It's 6 feet, over 6 feet long. But I could also wrap it a few times this way too, right? I mean, beautiful, I think, right? I love it. So it does kind of go with my outfit. Maybe I did that on purpose. I don't know. I was rushing to throw a dress on before the broadcast. I cannot do a broadcast in my walking clothes, though I guess I could. But anyway, let me show you how I will, how I'm going to do this. I know it does look great wrapped up. It does, right? I think it's pretty cool. So I got this inspiration. I should show it to you, and I think some of you have seen me wear it. You know, Emily, for my 50th birthday, made me this beautiful, long crocheted rope that crochet in the round rope necklace that's just beautiful that I wear, and I love it. It's long, and I wrap it about 3 times, 4 times. So that was kind of my, again, my inspiration, kind of like this, to have another really long, chunky peyote stitch rope. Okay. Okay, so let me show you this. Let's take a look. And so here's the beginning. Let's put this on. And that's the beginning, yeah. And here's the clasp here. And you can see when I hold it up like this, it doesn't go through. Okay. So, Terry, this is also a good question. Don't let me forget to answer that. It's a great question. When I get to the 2024 planning project, I'm going to talk about how we choose color and stuff. So hang on to that question. So I'm going to get my beginning of the month color, which is that galvanized silver. Where did I put my pile of beads? No, seriously. Oh, they're right here in front of me. For goodness sake. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to peyote stitch and reduce the size so it fits into this clasp so I can glue it in. I'm going to glue it. Okay. So I'm going to get my start of the month because I kind of want the color to match. And I'm going to get some of these. These are 8/aughts. I don't know how many I'm going to need. Hopefully I've got my thread here. Where did my thread go? Rustle, rustle. I've got some thread over here. A fire line right here. Perfect. This is 4 pound, but this will work just fine. I'm going to cut some of this fire line. I could use it as a bag handle. You know, if I had a little bit of tube or a little plastic tubing or something, I could probably feed that through or peyote stitch around that. So because it's a little floppy, but I don't mind. Oh, that's a great idea, Mary. Super smart. Do I have 11/aughts in that color? A smaller size can also create a reduction. That's very clever. I wonder if I do. I'm looking at my 11/aughts. Terribly smart. I'm just going to go ahead and reduce it like I was going to, but I might do that on the second side just to have a little bit of a different technique in there. Very, very clever to go down to an 11/aught from an 8. Let me go ahead and needle this thread. It's the fire line. Whoops, it was needled, but I pulled it out. I'm going to weave it in right here, and it doesn't really matter where I emerge. I'm just going to go down a little bit down there, pull that through, and make a little box, turn a corner. Okay, like that. Then I'm going to come in, do this. Whoops, get out of there. And do this. I'm just going to go diagonally. I'm going to pull on this thread to make sure it's in there nice and tight. It is. So before I do anything else, I'm going to cut that tail away under tension. I use the Xuron snips for this fire line. It's really the thing. It cuts it perfectly. Then I'm just going to emerge from an end like that. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start by skipping every other open space. So see, I skipped the first one. I put a bead in that one. I'm going to skip this one, put a bead in this one. So it'll pull everything in nice and tight. skip this one, put a bead in that one. But Mary, your idea of using 11/aughts is really a good one. I put one there. Now I'm going to skip that one. I'm going to step up here and I'm going to keep stitching. So I reduced from how many did I have? 6. I reduced down from 6 to 3 beads in the row. Yes, the chat is all here on YouTube. There's a lot of YouTube chat, totally. So if you're looking, because we're broadcasting on the Kate Richburg channels, we're broadcasting on the Beadshop channels, we're broadcasting on the Great Bead Extravaganza channels. A lot of the chat, if it feels like it's quiet where you're watching, go ahead and jump over to the main YouTube channel for beadshop.com, and you will see a whole bunch of chat there. So I'm just going to come in. I maybe should have done this in a different color so you can see it, but essentially now I'm going around and going from a 6 round of beads to a 3 round. Let me keep doing this. It's very smart. The 11/aughts, very, very clever on that. I may have to do it on the other end, but since I had this set in my brain, this is what I'm going to go with. But that's what I love about beading with all of you on these lives, is that we share so many good ideas. I love it. Chime in any time. Just because I'm showing this on the demo doesn't mean that A, I don't have one eye on the chat, and B, that I can't learn something new to share with all of us. So never hesitate to speak up, because, there's no right way or wrong way to do any of this, right? There's just my way or your way or whatever. So I don't hold these techniques so precious that I can't shift gears, right? So can you see here how I'm getting a nice tapered end here? Let me see how that's fitting. Yeah, it's fitting in actually pretty nice. I think I need about one more row, and I'm going to see what that looks like. So here we go. What I did, Cindy's saying she started a temperature project, but I stopped because I found that's all I worked on, right? At the beginning, for about the first 2/3 of the year, through August, I was really, really good at doing it, if not every day, at least twice a week, so I caught up, right? I had it kind of at my work table, and when I sat down, I just jumped in and kind of did it. I had the weather app on my phone, so I went in, I filled in the temperatures, and then I went in and I stitched it. And it took me about 10 minutes or so, 10 or 15 minutes during that time, right? Then what happened was, I just got busy. So September was pretty good. October, I was starting to fall behind a little bit. And then November and December, all the wheels came off the cart, right? So I had some catching up to do, to be honest. And so I think that's where I missed stitching in that last month marker. So I'm going to go back in, double check against what I have, and I'll fix it. But I found that when I really kept up, that it wasn't too bad. And it also kind of gave me a moment to be mindful about things, take a look at the temperatures, kind of reflect on those few days, um, whatever. I love, Michelle, that you did this first thing in the morning for 30 minutes. It's kind of like your meditation, right? Yeah, November and December, I'll be honest, it was a struggle for me. I mean, in a lot of ways, right? Catching up with year end for the business. Oh my gosh, crazy that I'm still not completely caught up on, but I'm getting super close. Holiday times and trying to see family and all of that. It was a lot, but whatevs. We're having a great show. You're cool with what I've got done, so don't sweat it, right? It's only beads, right? You can still finish your 2023 project. Doesn't matter. Yeah, Cindy, toss that perfectionism. I understand that. It's hard sometimes. So toss that out the window and send me a photo. I want to see it, right? That is for sure. The beading will always be there waiting for you. And Zakaya, yes, you can make your toggle set with beads. That would be great to put a beaded toggle at the end, right? So Helen is asking, is there a way to stop and start with a new thread? So yeah, so see what I just did here? I was chatting and doing this all at the same time, right? So what I did to add that thread, I started in back here, wove it up, wove it out from the beads, did my reduction, and now I'm weaving it back down, right? So if this were a shorter piece of thread and I needed to add another thread here to continue on, I would do so. I would just come in like I did starting with this, come in, weave it to where I came out. I always weave my new thread in first, and then I weave my old thread back and I cut it away. Okay. So as long as when you pull on it, it's nice and tight, like I did before I cut off the beginning tail, I'll come in and under tension, I'll cut this. Be very careful, friends, when you cut this. I was cutting one and I inadvertently cut a bead. All I did was, so I had a big hole there. All I did was I wove my thread. I wove to where the hole was where the bead used to be. I put on a bead, wove back through here, and did it a couple of times, and you can't tell, right? So let me see. Yeah, that fits in there. I probably did not need that last row, but it's fine. I'm just going to go with it. Okay. That last row makes it a little skinny there, which I actually don't really love. But it's already woven in. Let me see if I push that down. I knew it. I told myself, stop bead weaving. Oh well, that's what I'm going for. And then maybe when I stitch this on, there's always a solution. When I stitch this on, I'm going to use a band of beads. I'll stitch a round band of beads on. It'll nestle right there and it'll have that tag. So I'm not worried. Okay, that's fine. Cynthia, that's a great question. I want to show you something that I found that I used. I actually got it as a gift from one of my quilting friends. You're going to love it. I'm going to show you this in a second. It made like the last month of this beading. I've been using it all the time. Okay, so let me glue this. And I'm just going to fearlessly glue, right? So I'm going to come in with my clasp. I have my clasp connected. I'm going to use Zap for this. I'm going to put Zap glue in here. All the way around to the sides, just under the lip. I don't want a ton of it in here because I don't want a lot of that glue to come out. Usually what I do is I put my glue down on my baggie and then put it in with a toothpick. But this, I want to be super generous. This clasp is really deep in there. Okay. So here, I'm just going to come in, shove that thing in, shove being the technical term, not worrying about this skinny neck. Not going to worry about it. I'm just going to stitch over it. Who cares, right? Like Emily did when she did that clasp, that really pretty clasp. Maybe I'll even stitch it with some little shadows or something. I don't know, but I'll do that. No big deal, right? So I'm going to let this sit, and this is going to be under a lot of stress and strain. So, when I pull the necklace on and off, so I'm not going to screw with it as I screw with it, right? I'm just going to let it sit. I'm going to let it actually sit overnight, probably. And then I'll finish up the other end and glue in the other one. Good question about why to use Zap as opposed to E6000. Zap is kind of my glue of choice. It's a gel and it adheres quickly, right? So that's why I like it. It stays where I put it. Sometimes I feel like E6000 is overly viscous or gloppy, if that makes sense. This has just enough gel kind of to grab. So, but if you're an E6000 fan, E6000 would be fine for this too. Okay, whatever works. Drops would be lovely, Christine. So maybe I'll audition some beads when I'm ready to finish it. But something, a little opportunity to embellish that won't be a bad idea. Okay, so I'm going to move all of this stuff to the side and let's take a look at 2024, shall we? Before I do that, I want to show you this light that I got. I don't have a link for it. It's on Amazon. I'll tell you what to search for. Let me show you this. My mom will recognize it because we got it from when we had our quilt holiday party. I got this in the gift exchange. It's a light that goes around your neck. And let me tell you, it's a game changer. If you go to Amazon, which is where I think I ordered some for all of my girlfriends. After I'd used this, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. I'll show you how it works. I'll put it on, but it just sits around your neck and there's lights at the end. So let me put myself up here. And what you do is you grab it, you put it around your neck, and let me turn it on. It has 3 brightnesses on both sides, and I mean, it was super inexpensive, and you just kind of put it right here. It's meant to be a reading light, right? But if you have your work here or whatever, it's great. I've used it for knitting. I've used it for beadwork, and I've used them for reading, beadwork, knitting, anything, right? And it's super bright. It has 3 levels, 1, 2, 3, right? And it's super comfortable. It has this bendable business right here. It's not very heavy on my neck. I don't like super heavy things on my neck. So it really is fine. Find it on Amazon. It's called a neck light. That's what I looked when I bought them for my friends. I like it. Okay. So yeah. So that's it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And you can, yeah, it's really, see how you can pull them up or down. I love it. I used mine with the Powers route for 3 days. You could walk around in the dark. Yeah, they're really bright. And Stemilly, I have no idea what the brand is. I let me see. Oh, here we go. I think there's a whole bunch of them on Amazon. If you look up neck light, but it's this GlockUScent, and it's USB, no batteries. USB. You just charge it. And I've charged mine only once and it's still working. So, yeah. And it looks like Mary's saying she bought a Lumos brand that has warm and cool lights. I'm sure that there are a bunch of different ones. So find the one you like, whatever. I'm in no way endorsing this, no kickback. I did not, it wasn't a gift, something that it was a gift for me, but I bought some to give gifts to friends. So I just wanted to pass that on. Game changer for you all. So good. All right. Another bracing drink of coffee. Let's move on to 2024. All right. Let me do this. Let me get, so I ordered some stuff. You see, I haven't even unwrapped it yet. I'm thinking for 2024, I think I'm going to loom. Okay. And I loved the wrap. I loved doing the peyote, and I loved it as a necklace. But I thought I would explore some bead weaving. Okay. So I have my loom. You saw me with the loom the other day, and foolishly, because I am not very good at time management, I foolishly thought, oh, I can get my loom done and I'll have this loom to work with. Yeah, no. I mean, I have another brand new one that I can open, but I think what I'm thinking for 2024 is I'm going to make a woven strip for every 4 months. So I'll do one for winter. We're in winter now. Spring, summer, and fall-ish, right? So I'll break up the months. So I'll do 4. I'll do one every quarter. Does that make sense? So what I'll do, let me see. I don't even know how many months I'm going to do. I'll see, maybe I'll look at 3 months and see what that looks like. But if I do, it's January, February, March, April, May, and June, July, August, September, October, November, December. If I do those, I would have 4 bracelets. If I did them in 4-month increments, I'd have 3. So maybe I want 4. I don't know. We'll see. When I get to March, I need to make a decision. Okay? And I think I'm going to do it on this bead board. And I'm going to do 11/aughts because I think I want this to be, I don't know how much smaller it's actually going to be honest. But this, with the looming, when you do it on a beadboard like this, I can move my woven work around so I can pull it down and expose more thread, pull it down, expose more thread. So I'll really know after the end of January. Maybe it's a bracelet every month. I'm not sure. And maybe they connect together somehow. I'm not worrying about the end game. All I'm worrying about right now is the method I'm going to do, the bead I'm going to do, and the pattern I'm going to do. Okay? The rest of it, I'm not going to worry so much. Okay? Let's look at beads and let's talk about temperature. So this last one that I did, I think I did mine in increments of 4 degrees, right? I did 80 to 84 and then I did 85 to 89 and then we just repeated, right? So I broke the temperature up that way. I think I'm going to break it up for me again the same way. So I had Where's my other bead container? Oh, there it is. I think I'll do it the same way. I'll start with 30 degrees, and if I need to add one for lower temperatures, I will. I'll go up to 110, and hopefully I won't have to add anything for higher than 110. Kim, I like this idea though. Charm bracelet style, that would be cool. I mean, it would be 1,000 head pins, but you could do it where it's like maybe a cascade necklace or something. I don't know. Remind me of that for 2005. I like that idea. That's interesting. It's going to take me a year to process it. Okay. No, this is a great, Carol, I think that's great. Use square stitch instead of using a loom. Even better. Sure. Square stitch is great. Do you. Square stitch is a good one. You could also use right angle weave. Whatever works. I'm going to do bead weaving because I like the structure of a loom, and I like having it, to be honest, I like having it on a board. Like when I did my peyote one, I had a box that I kept everything in, so it all stayed there. But this, I like the idea of having the loom. Okay. So it's a good idea. Oh, and Aura, you're doing square stitch. That's great. And my friends, if you have any from last year that you didn't finish or that you just started, let's add them in. So it's great for inspiration, right? So I'm just going to lay these out. Here's my starting at 30 degrees, going all the way up to 109. Then here's 110 and above. And here's my thunder and lightning, rain, start of the month, end of the month, etc. So I'm just going to put those there. Okay. And I'm going to open, I bought 11/aughts. Well, I didn't buy, I ordered, you know what I mean. I got 11/aughts. And I might shift my color palette. I don't know. I mean, I love the color palette that I did. Let me put those over there. But I was kind of traditional, right? I used blues and stuff for the cooler temperatures, going all the way up, blues to greens, then yellows, then all the way up to reds and dark purple, right? So maybe I'll switch it out. Here's the gray Ceylon that I did the beginning and end of the month with. Maybe I'll start the temperatures kind of icy and go to hot. I don't know. Let me lay them out. I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24. I'm going to need 24 colors about, though I'm going to need, what did I say? 16, 17 for the temperatures. Okay. There's so many great ideas that are flying fast in the comments. I'm going to put up a few. Start and stop each month with a magnetic clasp. You could add or subtract length as needed. Super idea. Really great. I love it. Melanie says she likes the idea of 4, 1 for kind of each season. Helen, these are called, we sell these on beadshop.com. These are the bigger than little storage that we carry. We carry one also that's called little storage. That's a little bit smaller than this. Any other questions here? I love it. Sandra's saying she added beads for rain and snow, but this year she's thinking of using charms for extra events. Good idea. I like it. This is great. Cindy's saying she's thinking about this. I like the idea of working on it for only 30 minutes a day so it's not all consuming. Yeah, I mean, what you could do is you could also choose a color for a day, maybe, or choose a color palette for the month. Maybe January is like icy colors, or in February is Valentine colors. I don't know, whatever, right? So you don't have to do it. It doesn't have to be temperature, right? Let me see. Well, relatively icy, Michelle, you know. You know how that goes. Icy for me. Okay, so let me just undo some colors. I think I want to do colors that maybe are a little bit different than last year. I don't know, the round herringbone would be good too, but I'm going to stick with the looms, the bead weaving. There's that. So these will be in the cool range. I guess I should have unwrapped these before I started, but I like this ombre kind of a feeling. Here's some blue, some lighter blue. And I'm going to show you I'm not going to use these containers this year. I'm going to use some different ones. Let me unwrap. Here, we also carry these. I told you I didn't even unwrap my order. We also carry these, which are these little flip-top boxes. And I use these for a lot of things. I love them. But that way, I've got a lot of my seed beads in these. These are, they call them keeper flip-tops. And 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. All of the beads I'm using will fit into this, right? Because I said I had 24 total. So these are little flip tops, like little Tic Tac containers, right? So I'll just put the temperature right on here, and I'll put my 11/0 in here because they're smaller. Okay, I love it. And they just open up like this, and I can just dump as many out as I need. So this is the container I'm using this year. This one, our flip top keepers. These, we have them at Beadshop. Okay. So I'm going to keep going with my colors. Here's some more blue. I like that I started a little darker there. I'm just going to start unwrapping these, and then I will, I'll switch around the colors. There's some green, because I think I'm going to go blue to red, I think. There's that. You can't ever go wrong. This is a good color. I tried to choose colors this time that I didn't have in my other one, so it was a little different. I think I bought almost every 11/0. I ordered every 11/0 that we had. Look at this one. Look. My favorite, Duracoat Silverline Denim. Right? I'm going to put that there, maybe. I don't know. 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm almost halfway there color-wise. I need a lighter blue, because these are all kind of dark. Maybe I'll ditch that one. Maybe go here, go there, go there, right? That's looking pretty good. Can you see it? Right? So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, here we go. I need a little punch. 8. What about that? And that transitions nicely into green. I love this pink, the 4468. Let me go to the other end of the spectrum here, and then I'm going to make them meet. I thought about pre-selecting these, but A, I didn't have time. B, I just wanted to do it on the fly with you folks, just to see. I think I want maybe a yellow. I'm going to keep that ivory. I'm going to keep that one out. Oh, I also ordered the metal 11-aughts. I think I'm going to use this for the beginning and end of the month, I think. No on that blue. Maybe yes on that. No on those. I don't think I've got that purple. I know I don't have a hot red. I didn't have a hot red in the other one either. That's a good one. They're all good. I can't make a judgment on these guys. Maybe that dark purple and maybe that. And then here's the other. I thought I got another metal. I have the copper 11-aught, the metal, copper metal. That red is good. Okay, let me throw those in there. All right, so let's see what I have. I've got a little bit of green. So I think I'm going to transition from, and I did use that here, but it's such a good one. It's such a good color, so I think I'm going to keep it. Let me start putting some pinks over here, because then I can figure out what I'm going to transition to. And this, I mean, this is just how I did it. This is how I did it the last time. I put colors next to each other, and I looked at what I liked. These are a little close. I just looked at what I liked, and then I went with it, and I assigned them color temperatures. So for my color range, Leslie, I did them in 4-degree increments, I guess. And I needed, for my range of temperatures, like where you live, you may have larger temperature swings, maybe, right? So my low temperature was 30 degrees. My high temperature was 110. So I needed 17 temperature beads, right? So this is the whole year. This is the whole temperature range. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I need one more. I think I need a little, this isn't quite right over here, I don't think. I think I need another green. I have this one. There we go. That's good. I think this one's a little, I love this 2035. I think it's a little, I don't think it's right. How about I transition from this to olive? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I need one more in the purple color range. Maybe I'll use red. Is red too red? Let me see. That sticks out like a sore thumb, doesn't it? Yeah, I like this pink though. Maybe I can make this pink work. Let me see. What do I have here? Russell. Maybe that's it. And then I need one more purple, maybe. Or maybe that terracotta. I think that's the matte terracotta. Let's see if any of those work. Yeah, I think maybe I do need some yellow. Let me lay these out and see what we've got. I'm liking this better. Maybe I leave out the purple this time. Maybe I get rid of this. And maybe I put in that and that. And I know I have another red in here. Where'd you go? Messy, messy, messy table. Matte brick. Maybe this is it. Yeah. That's looking better, right? I'm looking, I get a much better view on the camera, actually. That one isn't quite right. I feel like I need a, how about that yellow? That yellow transitions to pink nicely, and I don't have any yellow in there. Let me count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I'm going to get rid of that one because I like this. I like this color, right? Yeah, I like this yellow. Let me make sure that there's not a better yellow. I've got this one. This is opaque banana. Maybe this is better. It's brighter. And I think this is, I think it balances like some of these brights out too. I'm not going to be afraid of yellow. Yeah, I like the banana. Is it too muddy down here? Maybe I take that out. Maybe that's better. Because there's some contrast there. These two are also a little close. What do you think? These two blues? A little close. Dyed opaque. I don't have many opaques in here. I used this one last year, didn't I? Did I use one of these last year? I didn't use either of these. Maybe. Is that better? I'm still a little fidgety with this. No, nope, nope, nope. This might be better. Yeah, I think that's a better, that lighter blue I think is better, right? Because, yeah, I think the blues were too similar. This one is that denim, and this is that opaque navy, which I like. Yeah, this is kind of periwinkly, that light blue. I think it's good. Are these two not quite it? But I think this will really have a contrast because those are shiny and those are dark. I think this is okay. Let me count again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. 17 right there. Do I want this silver down here? Yeah, I want the silver. That gray. That's what I want. Okay, so now I need beginning of the month, end of the month. It doesn't have to be beginning and end. It can just be one band. That's the silver. Maybe I'll just use silver, right? The first two grays out for two purples. That's a good idea. But I used the purples last time. I mean, I used a generous amount of purple last time. So I think I'm going to leave them out, right? And yes, I will. Dria's going to take this. She's going to figure it out, and we'll have it up on the web for you very, very, very soon. But I'll turn them all. So if you want a screenshot, you can. Okay, let me turn them because I'm going to have to screenshot them too so I don't forget. So I think I'll use silver for the months. Then I need to think about events. Maybe I'll use all metallics for the events. I don't know. Let me see. There we go. Can you see that? I think that is all there. Let me screenshot this too. If I can get my hands. Sorry, I just covered that up. Oh, whoops, that didn't work. Sorry. Hang on. What happened? There it is. Let me put this back. There we go. It's here. There's a nice close-up anyway. Let me screenshot. Let me put this back in its holder. Shadows for the events might not be a bad idea either. Maybe I don't need events. I'm not sure. I don't know. Purple would be good for the events. I like that this is silver, so I think I'm going to do silver for months. Then I have this, I have ivory. I want like a high contrast. So maybe I'll do silver, ivory. This is that rainbow ivory, which is just delish. So the events are kind of subtle. Yeah, I could do metals for the season, though I think I'm going to do them for each. Maybe I'll use this one for rain again. No, I've got gray down there. I'm not going to do it. Let me see if I have some more kind of neutrals in here. Ah, here it is. This one's okay. This is the rainbow gray. Maybe I'll use this for the rain. It's a little lighter. How many events did I really do? I did beginning and end of the month. We don't have snow. Leslie, there's no snow in Fresno. Right? So I have here rain. I only did wind a few times. So maybe I don't need wind. Maybe I don't need fog. I don't know. Maybe I do. One, thunder and lightning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just need one more. Maybe I'll use black. Do I have a black? Oh, here's the gold. The Duracoat galvanized matte champagne. Oh, wait for it. Here it is. This is what I want. This is the gilding matte. Yeah, that's what I want right there. Those are my events. Oh, full moons. That's cool, Sandy. I like the full moons. That's cool. I've got copper here. What happened to my copper one? So I could do, for the start of the month, start and end, I could do the copper. Then I could do these for like weather events and stuff. And full moon could be silver. What do you think? I kind of like that. Right? So what I did was, and don't let it freak you out, right, when you're doing these temperatures. So, oh, and leap day. I do need a day for leap day, a color for leap day. How about leap day? We'll do a bright copper for leap day. Something like that. But yes, don't let me forget, leap day has to be special, special, special. I love it. So what I did here, and I just made this up, right? So what I would do is I would start, friends, with a color gradation that you like. Okay? I like this. So this will be my temperature project. I'm going to go from 30 degrees in 4-degree increments all the way to 110 and up. Okay? Like this. All right? So this is going to be my temperatures. Then, oh, I could use the 24 karat 11-aught for leap day. That would be good. I'm going to figure this out. These are going to be my events. Thunder and lightning, rain, wind, fog, smoke. And I think beginning and end of month, I'm going to do the same color. Last time I did black for the end, silver for the start. And I think I only need one band for that. Okay. But I love the full moon idea. So I'm going to do that. Someone also said silver lined opal for the full moon, which would be good. Michelle says, don't be like me. Track the moons, meteors, comets, northern lights, tornadoes, and she ended up with 34 event choices, which is kind of awesome. There's our buddy Abby Berta from the Bead Place. I don't know if you saw Abby and I the other day with Softflex, but it was so much fun. Abby's going to be part of course, the Great Bead Extravaganza. She's part of our Great Bead Extravaganza group. Don't forget to catch us this weekend. Hello, my friend. We could also use drops for the event days. That could work too. That would be great. Kelly, yes, if you join me in the middle, you'll be totally overwhelmed. So start at the beginning. It'll help, right? It will definitely help. I am going to, I think, leave it here for the moment. It's already 10 after 12. I haven't talked about the design portion yet. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my thoughts together. I'll get this all done. And I'll touch on this a little bit next week. Let me look at my schedule here while you folks look at all of that. Let me just bear with me here. Promo. I just don't want to throw too much at you, and in turn, throwing too much at me, because it's just too much for me to kind of get to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this together. I'm going to write out my pattern, and I'm going to put it up on the website on beadshop.com. Next week, next Wednesday, I have Intentional Heart with Emily is doing the Intentional Heart project, which is awesome. Next week, we also have the third Thursday earrings. And next Friday on the 19th, we have a very, very special guest, which I'm super excited about, which I'll tell you a little bit more about next week. This Friday, we start the Great Bead Extravaganza. So what I will do, folks, is I'll fit a broadcast. I'll fit the design in here. I think we've gone far enough today, right? We know it's going to be loomed. We know I might do like 5 rows. I think it's going to be skinny, right? I need to figure out if it's just going to be color rows. Maybe it'll be checkerboard. I'm not sure. I think the pattern is going to be pretty simple. But I need to get this set in my head, and then I'll do the pattern. Okay. And then I'll get it for you. But I want you folks, if you're going to do this, because, in January, we'll catch up. I want you to choose what works for you. You could do the peyote, tubular peyote in the round with 11s instead of 8s. You could take ideas from some of those great samples and techniques that we saw people do. What I will do then is you've got a couple of assignments, and I've got a couple of assignments. Those of you who want to send your pieces in, even if they're partially done, or if I miss them, I'm sorry, send them over to info@beadshop.com. Drea will get them to me. I will add them into our slideshow. I'm going to add some music into our slideshow, and then we'll have it posted on our YouTube. Okay. What I will do, this looks like a face, right? This looks like angry man. Let me put that over there. There we go. Because this is what I'm going to do. There we go. That looks a little bit better. No, now it looks like a guy with an eye patch, but whatever. I don't know. Then we'll get the 2024 page updated with these colors here, what I'm going to use. I will put the temperature increments and stuff like I did last year. So I'll have this done for you. So if you want to do exactly what I'm doing, you can. We'll also update. This is a page that we have on the website as well. So we'll make sure that is there and ready for you. So hopefully by the weekend, we'll have everything ready for you. Speaking of the weekend, we've got so much stuff coming. This is still Wednesday, right? I feel like we've traveled a mile, 2 miles, 10 miles. Friday, the Great Bead Extravaganza starts, right, with the preview. If you're not familiar with the Great Bead Extravaganza, jump on over to the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook group, join it, follow the Facebook page, and stay tuned to our newsletter. The Great Bead Extravaganza preview is Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. It'll be on all of the regular channels to watch. It'll be on, you'll be able to rewatch it. All of us will jump on there and say, hey, show you the projects we're doing. My Great Bead Extravaganza project, I'm debuting on Friday, on Free Tip Friday, just after. It'll go live at noon on Friday. I think you folks are going to love it. You saw me wearing it the other day. It's a bracelet, the Innovator bracelet. Tune in Friday to see who I named these bracelets after, these innovative women. And then Saturday will be the broadcast, and I will be broadcasting for my live segment on the Great Bead Extravaganza. Why am I forgetting my time? Hang on. It's my usual time. Hang on. I go on at 10. It's a half hour sooner than my regular time. At 10 a.m. Pacific. I'll be on for an hour. I'll do that demo. And then Sunday, I'll be back on Sunday with our special guest. We've actually got 2 special guests. You may have seen before this, Jill and Katie Hacker from Beads of Courage did a little intro. Katie Hacker is going to be on with us on Saturday to talk about Beads of Courage. It's going to be awesome. And then I'm hosting the great crafty chica herself, Kathy Cano Murillo, and she is doing a great painting project for us. I can't believe it. We've got the crafty chica. She's amazing. So there'll be more about that. I do a Q&A with her tomorrow on Thursday, and then she will be on the broadcast with me on Sunday. So, whew, I know. And I've got a family dinner on Saturday. When it rains, it pours. Whatevs. So stay tuned to the newsletter. Best way to keep track of all of this fun beady stuff that we're doing this weekend is go to beadshop.com, grab that newsletter, and you can find everything about the project, the projects, the products. Questions, shoot us an email. And again, stay in touch and sign up for our newsletter at beadshop.com. Because, my friends, without you folks out there, we here at Beadshop wouldn't be able to do what we do, which is bringing you fun projects and beady inspirations. So thank you again. I will see you tomorrow with my Q&A with Kathy Cano Murillo, the Crafty Chica, to kind of kick off the Great Bead Extravaganza. I'll see you Friday for Free Tip Friday and the Great Bead Extravaganza preview. Then I will see you, oh my gosh, Saturday for my segment at 10 a.m. Pacific, and Sunday at 2:30 Pacific with Kathy for her segment. Then I'm going to have a rest. All right, everyone. Have a fantastic day. Stay creative, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.